Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I hope you're having a great day so far. Look, the blues is something that pretty much all guitarists love, and every player seems to have their own sort of sound and approach to the blues. So one thing that I really like to do is learn about new ways to navigate through a blues, and that's exactly what we're going to be doing today. And the good news is that we're going to be using a scale that I'll bet most of you already know. The trick, I kind of call it a major to minor pentatonic shift. But again, we're really just using one scale that, again, you probably already know. Now what we're going to do is we're going to break down how it works, and then we're going to talk about ways we can practice it, and then I'm going to show you some licks and kind of some actual practical examples for ways you can use this concept. But before jumping into it, if you like this sort of stuff and you want to see more, go ahead and leave a like on the video once you've actually watched the whole thing, and then subscribe to the channel as well for more videos about guitar, music, education, and even composition. So for today, we're going to be sticking to the key of A, like an A blues, okay? And so the first thing we need to learn in order for this to work is the minor pentatonic shape. And we're going to be starting on the low E string, or the 6th string, and we're going to be located on the 5th fret. Now again, most of you probably know this, but if not, we're just going to walk through it real quick. So here it goes, starting on the 5th fret of the E string down here. Okay, so this is the minor pentatonic shape, and I'm sure you're familiar with this. Now here's where things get tricky and a lot more cool, is we can take that same shape, so we're in the key of A, starting on the note A, minor pentatonic. Right? We can take this shape, and what we're going to do is shift it to the left on the fretboard by 3 steps. So essentially what we'll do is we're going to take this shape and slide it to the 2nd fret. So, same scale shape, starting on the 2nd fret. This allows us to create an A major pentatonic sound. So, let's practice that same scale on the 2nd fret like this. So it's the same scale shape, just moved over by 3 frets. Now it seems pretty simple, and like I could have just said that in a couple sentences at the beginning and called it a day, but it's a lot more than just that. Here's the key thing that you need to understand about this concept, is that, let's go back to the first scale for a second. The first scale, the minor pentatonic, what's nice about this scale is that we actually get to begin the scale shape on the root, the note A, right? So this note. The hard part is the fact that when we want to make the major pentatonic shape down here, the 2nd note of this new position is the note A. Check it out. The first note, definitely not A. The 2nd note, sure as it's A. So check it out. As we know, a pentatonic is a 5-note scale, so the 2nd note of this scale is going to be the root note. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we start over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Start over. 1, 2. Now this is really important, and this actually takes us into the first way to practice this, is I want to land on all the A notes, or the root notes, within both of these scale shapes. I'm going to demo this really quick, and I'm going to throw just a drone so you can hear the reason why I'm doing this. Take a listen. Okay, 2nd shape, the one that starts on the 2nd fret. I'm going to land on the A notes, which is the 2nd note of the scale. Here it goes, same thing. there that while I'm still landing on the same root notes, the sort of quality and the sound of the scale has changed. This is basically going from minor pentatonic to major pentatonic. Right? This is a really useful thing that a lot of blues players incorporate into their sound. Okay, so that's the first thing I would practice, is just landing on the root notes, getting familiar with where those are in each position. Okay, but now here's the fun part. I'm going to show you some licks that you can use over both of these shapes. And here's the deal. A lot of the blues licks, or licks you've picked up along the way, that revolve around this minor pentatonic can definitely be adapted to this major pentatonic spot. So let me show you three pretty useful licks that I actually played in the beginning of the video, in that playthrough at the very beginning. So here's the first one. I'll play it and then I'll talk about it. Okay, so I'm in the minor pentatonic position, and I'm starting on fret 7 of the G string, or the 3rd string. I'm doing a full step bend up to the 5th fret of the B string right here. Okay, so after that, I am using the 8th fret of the B string. So far. And then I'm going to return back to that 7th fret on the G string for a full bend and then a release. Okay, the final 3 notes are back and forth between the 5th fret on the G to the root, which is the 7th fret on the D string, and then just right back to where we were a second ago on the 5th fret of the G. I'll play it slow. Here it goes. And then in time sounds a little more like this. You can add your own spice to that however you want, but sounds just pretty much like that. Now here's the cool part, is if we slide this down into the new major pentatonic position, here's what that sounds like. Practice going back and forth on that. It's really cool. It's no different at all. We're just sliding that lick to the left by 3 steps. So here it is in the minor pentatonic. Here it is in the major pentatonic. Alright, so that's lick number 1 that you can try out. Here's the second lick. Okay, so we're going back to the minor pentatonic. And this actually brings us to another topic about this whole concept, is that the blues scale also works in the same way. Taking the blues scale, starting from the 5th fret, and then moving it down by 3 frets and playing the blues scale on the 2nd fret works as well. Because you'll see me using the blue note, that flat 5 right there, in this lick. So this lick's easy. It begins on the 5th string, and we're going to play the 5th fret, the 6th fret, that special blues note, and the 7th fret afterward. Now I'm going to play a little double stop, so I'm going to play 2 5th fret notes. One is going to be on the G string, one's on the D string. And I'm going to finish on the root note, which is the 7th fret on the D string. So kind of like a little triplet figure of these first 3 notes back to back. And then the double stop, and then the final single note here. So take a second to practice that. Okay, slide it down by 3 frets, and what do we get? Here it is. Okay, so that's lick number 2. The final lick is actually just walking from the root note, walking down in pitch the entire blues scale. So here's how that's going to work for us. Back to the minor pentatonic. We're going to be on the 5th fret of our 1st string, the high E string. And what I'm simply going to do is walk down a blues scale. But let me show you what that is. So 5th fret, E string, right here. Next note is 8th fret on the 2nd string, or the B string here. Next note is 5th fret on that same string. Okay, now we're going to switch strings. We're going to get fret numbers 8, 7, and 5, all on that 3rd string, the G string. Okay. And then we're going to finally finish on the 7th fret of the D string. Alright, and we can give all the same notes the same note value for that. So. That's it. Just walking down a blues scale. But guess what? We can move it to the major pentatonic position, and here's what we get. I'm going to play both back to back again. Okay, so that's really the concept. You can take a lot of things you already know about the blues scale or the A minor pentatonic scale and shift it over by 3 frets, and then you get this sort of major pentatonic sound. So they sound related, but also different. So you get to kind of explore and choose what you like to play and where you like to throw in one sound and then throw in the other, you know. So take some time, practice that on your own, figure out some licks that you like, and I'm just gonna play us out over a little drone here. Okay guys, hope you enjoyed the video again. Feel free to leave a like if you enjoyed it, and I appreciate you guys all joining me today, and I hope you have a great rest of the day. See you guys next time.